I doubled my caffeine intake over the last 7 days. I'm going to show you what happened. So for context, I usually have 2 to 3 coffees a day. Sometimes have a little day off to like re-spark those effects. But I was chatting to a friend of mine who's also a fitness coach, and he basically has a shit ton of caffeine, 600 to 800 milligrams. He was having coffees at like 5 p.m. And then I also saw Andrew Huberman say he has 800 milligrams of caffeine per day. One morning I was working and I was like, fuck it, let's get a few coffees in, let's just lock in, right? You know, you psych yourself up, that kind of thing. And then I decided to follow through with it for the next 7 days, and I'm going to tell you what it changed for me. So to begin with, focus. So just for reference, I doubled it from 2 to 3 coffees to like 6 or 7. All right. Focus was insane. Completely fucking locked in. Very pissed off. And when you have a pursuit, I wouldn't do this if you don't have a pursuit. I wouldn't do this if you just work a normal job, or you work at Starbucks, or you're gaming. Like, I wouldn't say that's any good, but when you have a certain pursuit, you're just pissed off in the moment and you don't want to do anything but work on that. You work on it vigorously and with serious intent. That's what I found. So my focus was absolutely insane. Getting a lot done, doing stuff without thinking. That's generally how you build a business. You gotta, you don't do stuff without thinking, but you have a to-do list and you just need to execute as quickly and as well as possible. Caffeine certainly helped me execute, work through each list and stay focused on it, which is what it does. You'd expect that, but it was like you don't feel the jitters or anything like that because you have a specific task in front of you and it's really easy to get it done. Next, training. I really enjoyed training again. So I've been injured for the past 2 months doing calisthenics. I completely ruined my wrist, buggered the tendon in there. So I can't do much. I can do legs, and then I can do some chest flies. There's 2 chest fly machines that the pads are like where the elbows are, so I don't need my wrist. And then lateral raise machine as well. Again, the pad is where my elbow is, so I can raise it. Anyway, these sessions have been more fun. I've been wanting to get to the gym every day. I've been wanting to push super hard. And when you come out of the gym having pushed super hard, you feel fantastic afterwards. So I've had those endorphins and that accomplishment in the gym as well. So those 2 things have been good. Sleep, fine, due to timing. So this is key. I learned something yesterday. I had my last coffee yesterday at, I believe it was 4:30 p.m, which I have a rule for myself where I don't have caffeine past 2 p.m. But yesterday I had sales calls in the evenings. I was feeling a little bit tired, so I was like, fuck it, let's just send it. I'll deal with it tomorrow. Not a good idea. I was up thinking about work. I was thinking about my sales call that didn't close, and I was just playing so many scenarios in my head. Whereas normally when I stop the caffeine at 2 p.m, just watch like a slow film before bed, I'm completely fine. And the other days it didn't affect me at all. But it was a combination of high caffeine and I guess partly due to my sales call not going how I wanted it to, but really it was having it too late. I can say that for a fact because the other days my sleep was fine so long as I didn't have the caffeine past 2 p.m. So note that down. So yeah, sleep wasn't a problem aside from the timing. All right, no shit. It's got a half-life of 8 hours. 8 hours after having the coffee, half of that is active in your system. It's a bit silly, right? You wouldn't have half a coffee at 12 p.m. when you're meant to be sleeping, would you? So, silly from me, my bad. Now, the only negative, because I wouldn't put sleep down as a negative, is my sex drive. My sex drive has gone down all week. Possibly due to training and working harder and just being more fatigued. Possibly due to something else. But normally, after a day of work, I'm freaking good to go. I'm biochemically very healthy. I don't eat any garbage. I watch all the bad oils and I eat high quality proteins and I don't eat stuff that I shouldn't be eating. There's no filler foods in my diet either. It's just proper raw delicious stuff. And normally like every night, like if I see my girlfriend or something, I'm fucking ready to go, you know? Almost animalistic in that nature. My body's trying to make a baby, right? I'm 25, I'm like at the peak of my testosterone. Obviously it wants to do that. So that's something that didn't happen. And again, like morning wood, normally I'd wake up rock hard, again, ready to go, right? Biochemically at my age of 25, I need to be making a baby. My body's screaming to make a baby. Haven't had that either. So yeah, for some reason I can't pinpoint what it is. Maybe because coffee is toxic seed water, which people put it. Maybe it's something to do with the caffeine. Maybe it's to do with the work rate. But that was the one negative that I noticed. And some might say, the kind of incels would be like, oh, well, that's good. I'm not trying to focus on that anyway. That's just cope because you're not getting any things. But that aside, I want to be as biochemically healthy as possible, and I want to know things are working correctly. Obviously, I want to build a business, but I need to find that balance. So in terms of where I'm going next with this, I'm going to experiment with a medium. So around 4 coffees per day. Because right now my priority is to grow the business, and this is fucking amazing for growing the business. Go back to 4, see how that is, see how that affects my sex drive, because that was the only negative I experienced. And then take it from there. But really, if you're trying to grow a business, if you're trying to get shit done, higher caffeine does feel like a cheat code. It's what people make it out to be. You've got a to-do list. You're sat there, you're drinking your coffee, you're pissed off, you want to get through the to-do list, you have this fire inside you, and that's certainly prevalent. I felt that. So yeah, let me know in the comments how much caffeine you guys have per day. If it's something you've experimented with in the past, if it's something you're looking to get into, be curious to know how much you have and the effects you give. But that's just my unbiased perspective. I've only tested it for a week, so it's not that long. Maybe my body's adapting, but the 3 main positives, just to recap: focus through the roof, training, loved it again, wanted to get in the gym all the time, pushed really hard, PBs, all of that stuff despite being injured. And then sleep wasn't a problem due to unless my timing was off, so nothing past 2 p.m. And then the only negative was the sex drive. All right guys, that's it. I will catch you in the next one.